I turned 19 today. So here at 19 Things, I would have paid a solid $1,900 to know at the age of 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, assuming I had the money. And look bro, I'm nothing special. I never will be. I'm just a random guy and I always will be one. But I know I am in a position where a lot of young'uns want to be in. If you look at the vanity metrics, the followers, the subs, all that type of bullshit that everyone cares about nowadays. And I really could have used this video a few years ago, bro. Would have been really helpful. So let me share with you the 19 things. And in my opinion, I'm going to give you 2 of them from least to most important in my life. All right. I also brought you a glass of water. So cheers. Let's do it. Number 19. As much as we don't believe it, we will look back on these days right now, 2025, 2024, and see these as the good old days. Just like we look back on 2015, 2016, 17, 18, some people 2020, and look back at these days with pure nostalgia, pure emotion, pure pain for some people, because we can never get those days back. I can guarantee you, even though we don't know it, there's something about these years right now that we take for granted that won't be here in 5 years' time. And we will look back on these days one day, smile, knowing these were the good old days. Number 18, a plant which is frequently moved never grows strong. When I started my content and getting on my shit, I started with content like YouTube, and I started doing drop shipping because I wasn't doing well with YouTube. Then I started affiliate marketing, then I started TikTok, then I started Instagram, and then I came to just doing content as a whole. But I would never stick with one of these things. I was never allowing the plant to grow. Yes, it takes a while to see some progress, just like a plant. But when it starts growing and you start growing it with good condition, you start watering it, it has good weather, that's when you see amazing progress. You just got to give it some momentum, give it some time. Number 17, our soul craves love and connection just as the body craves food and water. So be a beacon of it for other people. There's a quote I heard from, I think it's How to Win Friends and Influence People. And that is, you will make more friends being interested in people for 2 months than going out there and trying to socialize for selfish purposes in 2 years. Take it from me, and hopefully I can predict the future. There is a lot of demand for people with pure hearts, people who genuinely care. Soon enough, bro, these people who genuinely care will be extremely valued in the world. I truly believe that. Number 16, doesn't matter how big a seed is, if it's planted in the right spot with good condition, it will grow to full size. Just starting, whatever you want to start puts you halfway there, because most people won't do it. And this comes back to the laws of physics, right? Newton's first law, an object will stay in rest or in uniform motion unless acted upon by an external force. You have to give yourself that initial push. It's gonna be hard, but once you've done it, it's so much easier to stay in uniform motion because there's no external forces acting upon you. Number 15, everybody fails. Not one person does not. Some people just choose to fail more steadily than others. Everybody will fail. Some people will fail actually trying. And they will be probably publicly exposed to failing by people at their school, by the media, whatever it may be, but some people don't even try. And to me, that's a failure. Choose how you do so. But if you learn from one type of failure, you will be successful. Number 14, your mind is just like a sea of fish. Not every single thought is real. Some fish are bait from fishermen trying to catch you and kill you, even though they look real. Imagine you're a fish swimming out in the lake, right? Surrounded by fishermen. A lot of the fish are going to be real. Your thoughts will be real and they will reflect real life circumstances that you need to give attention, but some of your thoughts will not be real. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Observe your thoughts. Observe that fish before you go and get it, because it might be bait. Number 13, the mirror will never smile before you do. If you have your basic necessities, you can choose to be happy. Now, I am talking to you as if I'm talking to my younger self. So some people might not resonate with that message, but my younger self, he definitely could have, all right? Sometimes we're gonna think 3, 4, 5 years down the line, is this thing really gonna be bothering me? And we can't live in misery the rest of our life, worrying about things that will only matter for a couple of days or a week at most. Number 12, when you're doing good, you are never doing as good as you think you are. When you're doing bad, you are never doing as bad as you think you are. The mind likes to amplify both sides of the argument. When you're doing well, your mind will convince you that this is reality. Everything's good now. For most people, especially in my life. But when you're doing bad, your mind likes to convince you of that as well because it wants to get out of this state, because it wants to protect you. But that's not really reality. So, when next time your life is really good, celebrate it. Of course, don't not be happy, but understand that it's temporary, but it's the same with the bad as well. And you just need to find the good out of both. But I'll touch on this in a minute. Number 11, this one deserves some water. Play your life just like Clash of Clans. You may see people with a higher town hall than you, but are they as complete as you are? Or have they sold their soul just like they rushed to their town hall? Are they making money selling scammy courses, selling OnlyFans? I'm not saying there's anything really wrong with that, but it might not be the most ethical way to make money, right? So that's just an example. Sometimes we must trust the process, play the long game, and make sure our character reflects our success. Most of these people who chase the fame, chase the money, they end up falling off. Or they end up depressed when they've got everything. They fail to satisfy their soul. Now, I'm not just fucking saying that. Because of the reach I have, without getting too, braggy with it, I know some people who you might think are doing really well, but with all due respect to them, they're dead on the inside. Number 10, it's my home screen for a reason. I know you can't see it because it's past 8:15 p.m. and then my phone goes dark, but the harder the climb, the better the view. It's a quote I remind myself of all the time. The harder the journey, the better the result. Not just the result in terms of money, physique, girls, whatever you measure as success, but the character you build along the way. Sometimes you will go along a journey just like I did, and the people know I got cut from the basketball team. I grinded basketball for years, but I never made it anywhere. There was no inherent benefit, but it gave me a mindset that allowed me to do pretty well on YouTube so far. That was the payoff. It was the character I built along that journey. Number 9, the good and the bad of life is just like the seasons. Winter gives summer its value. I touched on this a bit before, but your winter seasons, my winter seasons, are periods of growth for us. We learn something. We always learn something from our winter seasons, always, as they wouldn't be here. And summer is a chance to enjoy those lessons we have learnt. Summer would be nothing without winter, so you have to find joy out of both, or at least try. Number 8, I think this deserves a water as well, for Kobe Bean Bryant. Pain is inevitable. A tree's roots must reach hell before their leaves reach heaven. When I started making content, I was picked on a lot for it. I wasn't humiliated at school, but it wasn't a very fun place. People would just laugh at me all the time, play my videos in class where everyone could hear me, and it was just cringe as. But those moments, those couple of years taught me so much. They developed my don't give a fuck muscle that has ultimately led to my success, even though I don't really like to call it that, on YouTube. It happened for a reason. I dug my roots very deep, allowing me to shoot up when the time was right. Number 7, this is something I'm still teaching myself, bro. I'm not perfect, I never will be. And that is to choose people who choose you. Never pedestalize anybody. During my youth, I'd say 13 to 17 years old, I chased a lot of people and their attention, their validation, especially women. It's all I wanted. And that's, as men, we want to feel loved. Sometimes we do chase women's attention because that's what makes us feel alive, makes us feel valued. But if someone doesn't choose you, someone doesn't align with your values, really connect with you, really care about you, they don't deserve your attention either. They don't deserve your love either. It's out of pure respect, all right? It's a rule of thumb that I'm learning. Number 6, all the things that we thought mattered, the followers, the fame, the money, the status, whatever it may be, still matter. Yes, I'm not gonna say they don't matter, but they matter a lot less than we think, and they are getting less valuable by the day. I started to realize that the most enjoyable thing is sitting down here and connecting to a fucking camera like I'm connecting to a person. That is the most enjoyable part of it all. I've come to realize that how our video performs does not really matter that much. How people perceive it matters definitely, 100%. It's more about connecting, because that's what everyone wants at the end of the day. Number 5, you are not the main character of your life. You are not the main character of your video game. You are the player of the main character of your life. Might sound kind of strange, but you are playing the character. We are not our thoughts and emotions, we are the observer of them, right? Observe your thoughts, just observe your thoughts right now. Imagine you're playing you, and then observe that you're playing you. So you like entered a completely different dimension in your mind. This is a state where I want to live a lot of my life. I will attach myself to certain emotions, sometimes 100%, because I want to feel something. I'm not going to not feel anything and be a fucking NPC player, no. But sometimes it's good to get clarity over our life, to observe and play the game just like we are playing the game and not actually in the game. Number 4, embarrassment will last you a moment, but regret will last you a lifetime. This is another thing I'm teaching myself, 100%. Some of you will know that I've started to really cold approach more girls, because that used to be a massive fear of mine. I never approached a girl from the age of 13 to 18, but I know not going up and talking to this girl, the pain of not doing that, the pain of regret is so much stronger than the pain of embarrassment, because the embarrassment pain is temporary pain. And fuck feeling regret, bro. I want to avoid that as much as I possibly can. Number 3, when I really conceptualized this, it definitely made my mind a lot more peaceful. And that is realizing that everybody is fucked up in some way or another. Some people are just better at hiding it. And the people who are better at hiding it, they're usually the worst. With all due respect to everybody. And as a rule of thumb, I like to remind myself, if I do not know the full story behind somebody, I will not compare myself to them. I will compare myself to them in a productive way to inspire me, but I won't compare myself to them in an envy way if I do not know this person's full story. Especially on social media, it's 5% of somebody's life. So definitely a big one I'm with. Those words have saved me a lot of mental stress. Number 2, I think this also deserves a little water break. This used to be the most important thing I tell myself ever, but it's not anymore. It's the second most important thing I tell myself. You are here for 2 reasons. Number 1, to make the world a better place than when you landed. And the second thing, to enjoy it. That's it. And hopefully I'm doing that through the videos I'm doing. I don't know if I'll do this forever, but this is how I'm serving that purpose right now. And I remember why I started. This is why I started. This is what fuels me. And to enjoy it. I know in some places of the world's fucking horrible. But in a lot of places it's amazing, bro. And if you're lucky enough to live in an amazing world, an amazing space, you gotta take advantage of it. Number 1, this deserves a water glass finished. Fucking mozzie on my neck. Number 1, most important thing that I will tell myself the rest of my life, and that is to keep a pure heart. Always, no matter what adversity you go through, always keep a pure heart. Because the world fucking needs it, bro. The world needs it. The pure heart always wins. Always. I'm gonna leave it there. Short and sweet for the last one. I wish you the best 2025, my brother. Or sister, if you're a sister watching this video. That's really it. Hopefully you actually got yourself a glass of water, because, yeah. Much love. Hope these were valuable, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.